drinking sangria.
Nachos, lemon heads, my dad's boat. You won't go down cause my dick can float.
We sail around the world and go port to port. Every time I come, I produce a quart.
Put on your life vest, let's drop anchor. There's a nice lady who I like to swank her.
Boats and hoes, boats and hoes. I gotta have me my boats and hoes. Boats and hoes, boats and hoes. I gotta have me my boats and hoes.
All right, TJ, they brought us back. Welcome back to the Old Man Minifan Show. I am Steve from Providence. That is the great TJ Hubbard. TJ, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. The OG Minifan Show is back for a second round. Unbelievable. The first round sucked, but maybe we'll make it better this time.
I agree.
I got a little case of the corona. So
that's some more Maine humor for all of us.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
a little case of the corona. No current cases of the coronavirus in Maine. So everybody stay the fuck out.
Okay, so let me ask you, the most important thing to me that's going on in our little world is your weight loss. You started off at 320. Where are you at right now? You lost 12 pounds.
325, and it's like 312. I think I tore calf muscle about 4 days ago in the pool. So we'll resume physical activity tomorrow. So I'm not guessing there's going to be too much weight loss come Wednesday. I swear to God, I had my first slice of pizza today since Madawaska, when me and R.A. Minahan stopped at the Pizza Hut in Holton. And I still think of that day as one of my most precious days of my life.
Well, you did send me a picture of something. You said, I'm rewarding myself. And you said you and your family went to a barbecue place. And typically, TJ, people do not reward themselves after dieting for 45 minutes. They usually give it a few days, and then they maybe give themselves a cheat meal.
There's no sugar in meat. So that's the best part.
There's no sugar in meat, but you could not have put more barbecue sauce on those ribs.
They put a little bit of sauce on those, a little sauced up.
A little sauce. Right. All right, fair enough.
With sauce in here,
All right, so you've dropped a little bit. You overcome.
I've dropped a little bit of weight. I still got, I still got a little bit of little ways to go.
You look beautiful as always.
Thank you.
Okay,
thank you.
So they brought us back for another week, and I figure as long as they try to keep us on the air, as long as they say you guys can do it for one more week at a time, that our ultimate goal is that we should probably try and be the most viewed Minifan or whatever, as far as Kirk's world, we should try to be the most viewed show
on the KMS channel. Yes.
We are only going to try and be here for 30 minutes or less every time. No, you're not going to get an hour and a half out of us. It's not going to happen.
Jesus, fall asleep.
Yes, I'm not into that. I don't even have enough words in my vocabulary to go for an hour and a half. So 30 minutes, we're going to blow our nut and get out of here. Fair enough?
Perfect. Fair enough. What do you got in the coffee? What do you got? Coffee mug.
Got a little bit of my
whiskey.
Got a little of the family hooch inside there. All right, so we look at the shows that are ahead of us. I mean, this is only our second episode, so we got Mike and the Minifans, which is going to be, I mean, they're getting thousands of views every time that they come out. That's going to be a tough one. Hopefully,
last night's show was, pretty fantastic. That Matt from Providence, what a guy.
Yeah. So what we want is for them to have some more repeats of yesterday's show. Sure. That'll be in our favor. Fantastic. Then we got the Mincel Intel, which, I mean, they're a young group. They have a tremendous backing. A lot of young Minifans, like they said, when they would get the numbers of the amount of listeners, it's a large amount of young listeners, and I think that they're gonna go towards that group right off the bat.
Now, did I see there was 10,000 votes for that bracket through them?
It's insane. It's insane.
If that's 10,000 votes, that's crazy.
Hey man, good for them. They figured out something that people like to do: gambling, picking names, whatever they like doing.
Do you know if he made it out of the first round yet?
I have no idea. I could care less. I actually, I did vote for the other guy, whoever it was. I didn't vote for myself. So
yeah, it makes two of us.
All right. So then we start getting to where it was something that's more on our level. All right. So now we got D.E.C.
Oh, Jesus. Every time I see D.E.C., I figure Chris Hansen's going to be right behind him every time he comes on. Excuse me, why don't you have a seat at the bar? You know what I mean? Like, hey, how's it going? Oh no, she said she was only 17. What? No.
Yeah,
Something you need to know.
Is there cops?
There's something you need to know.
Please.
I'm Chris Hansen.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Please let me go home, guys.
Sir,
Guys,
it'd be best if you went out this
please.
door.
No.
he does a fantastic job. He does a great job with the weekend review, and
Yeah.
also I noticed he had your two favorite people on this week. I think it was D.E.C and the other guy that runs that obviously account.
Oh yeah,
That's fine.
yeah.
Fantastic. Must
Yeah,
listen. Great.
The most props to D.E.C for keep continuing to keep that up. You know, the Minifan Week in the View, Minifan Week in Review, and then just the Minifan show itself. So he's done a great job.
He's in my opinion, he's the most valuable person, along with Kevin from Bristol, that we have.
Again, at any point in time, though, he could end up in the clink. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Then we come to, I think, is our biggest opponent, TJ. We got the Lady Minifan show. Now, you and I, two older men, not the most handsome of men.
No, certainly
I am. True. I'm about 20 pounds overweight. You're about 200 pounds overweight. That doesn't mean anything right now. That's fine.
No, I'm a foot short. Go ahead.
You are a foot shorter than the average height, and you're extremely wide. That's fine. How are we supposed to compete with the Lady Minifans when you have Blind Mike's groupie?
Unbelievable.
Oh my God. What am I supposed to do against that?
I can't dump them out. Unbelievable.
How am I supposed to compete
I think
against
it moved.
this, TJ?
Holy Jesus.
What am I supposed to... And then, they have that hag that's always yelling at me, bringing up the rear, the freaking...
the coronavirus.
They got their wingman. That's fine. She's always yelling at me. I don't care. She can get on a broom and go wherever she came from. I don't take much stock in someone that
doesn't like you much.
Show. She doesn't like me. That's fine.
Hey, can we bring those pictures up again? That first one, oh my God.
And
listen, if you needed like life rafts on a cruise ship, those two things would save you.
All right. And just like Kirk has always said, the one thing that would distract Minifans from their primary job is a pair of tits.
Absolutely.
You just
there he is again.
You've just proven that point
watch out.
Exactly. You've just proven that point exactly. So I think we just keep going at it and just keep our episodes short, try and stay with what's topical, and get out of here as soon as possible. But let's just face it, so we got brought back for a second week. It was going to be a good show. We talked a little bit during the week, and I don't know if you are familiar. You know who Mariah Carey is, I'm sure.
I'm sure I do. Yeah.
She came out with a movie back in 2001. It was called Glitter. The name of the movie was Glitter.
I vaguely remember it.
There was a lot of pub coming up to the movie, and it got dropped on 9/11. You know what happened on 9/11. So the movie was a flop, and just like we are coming back for our second episode, all of a sudden Kirk decides he wants to drop a podcast tomorrow. So we are going to catch a major hit. We are going to get fucked on this deal. There's no doubt in my mind we are screwed.
We are the Bob Hart's Abishola of the KMS world.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, it's still on.
I didn't watch one episode. That's one thing I didn't participate in.
I watched the first episode because I was like, all right, we got to see if it's really that bad. It was horrible. It was the worst show I've ever seen in my life, and I can't believe it's still on. It should have been canceled after 10 minutes. But
yeah, that's something I know nothing about and can't participate in that conversation whatsoever.
It's awful.
So Kirk sent out a tweet, or Steve Robinson did earlier in the week, saying that Kirk was going to tape something on Sunday. And Kirk sent out his first tweet today in a long time, saying that he had what did he say? He cried, he laughed. He talked about who's that girl? That lady.
Julia DeCaro.
Julie DeCaro.
Potato.
Now, no one knows how. I have no idea. Despite my best efforts, I tried to see how long the episode was. I tried to do a little fishing around, see if I could get any information about it. Everyone is locked tight. No one's giving me anything. What do you think it's going to be about?
He's going to quit next week. He's done. I'm just kidding.
That's it.
That's not it. I don't believe that. I think he's going to take a little bit more time just to get himself right. He's going to come back stronger than ever. He's going to come back next week. And he's going just like it was the old, where it was, 2-3 weeks ago. Once you're in there, you get your head back on right. And either it's medications or, whatever it is, whatever problems are solved. You come back and do what you know to do best. So I think that's what he's going to do. And I think tomorrow's show is going to be just him saying that. And
all right.
That's what I think.
Did you listen to Mike's call-in show the other day by chance?
I somewhat, yes. And I heard Kirk calling. Yeah.
Okay. So I've known you for about I don't know. I met you at the Foxwoods when they did the live show in the golf tournament at Foxwoods.
Yes. It's when you blew $2,000. I saw that.
I've probably talked to you on the phone totally maybe about 20 times.
Yeah.
If I didn't have caller ID, as soon as I said hello and your voice came out, I could pretty much figure out it was you. That's just, I mean, we've only talked a limited amount of times. They've done about, Mike and Kirk have probably done about 150 shows together, maybe more. And that stupid ass didn't know that it was Kirk that was calling it.
Well, I mean, and once again, your other sensories are amplified once you lose one of them. So it's amazing to me that like his hearing isn't like superhuman. Like you hear cricket fart from a mile down the road.
Yeah, that's true. That's a solid point. That's a solid point. And what I did take out of that call, it sounds like he is in a some kind of thing where maybe you go in the morning, you are in some kind of group session. You get out all your thoughts or whatever. Maybe they have you do some exercises or something like that. Some and then not physical exercises, some
jumping
written
jacks
work.
and shit.
Yeah, and then they have you guys have like some kind of group meetings. We talk a lot. It sounds like he's getting a lot off his chest. He sounded really calm.
Yeah, he sounded good too.
He sounded really good. I was honestly just glad to hear the guy, to be honest with you, because like we've talked about before, we've been through these times where you don't hear anything, and nothing will get. When you don't hear nothing, that's the worst thing that you can hear,
right?
Because all you have is your imagination. And I was happy to hear him. I kind of lean towards what you're saying, where he's going to say something on the podcast as far as things that have been bothering him. The reason why he might have decided that it was necessary to take the time off. I don't know how specific you get into it. Maybe he'll just give a generalization. But I'm hoping that I'm hoping he doesn't rush back. Like I don't want to see him or hear from him for hopefully another couple of weeks, because at that point in time, at least I know that he is honestly taking this as seriously as possible and just getting the help that he needs.
Yeah, but it might be just as a slight adjustment to him, where he doesn't want to leave everybody hanging for a couple months. I think if he thinks he's better, he's coming back and doing what he knows best. And as soon as he wants to be able to, and he thinks he's able to do it, he'll do it.
Well, I mean, as far as leaving everyone hanging, what do you mean as far as the listeners? Because he shouldn't give a fuck about the listeners. Right
no,
now,
I know he shouldn't, but he does. From what he said, he loves us all the fans, and I just think that I don't want the pressure of him, trying to placate to all of us. Make him come back sooner. He doesn't need to do that, but but when he's ready, and maybe it helps him to come back. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, that's the biggest thing is that we're kind of assuming at this point. But if I did have to guess, I would say it's another week out. So
another week. Is that what you think? 1 week?
Yeah, I think he comes back Monday, the 22nd or 23rd.
What the fuck week do you think it is? What do you the 22nd? It's what at the 8th? All right, whatever.
Who knows? All right, so 2 weeks.
Right. 2 weeks. All right, so I say 2 weeks. He's going to be back. Now he's going to take the next 2 weeks off, and then he's going to come back. Stop putting out shows. I don't know if they're going to jump right into it, or they're going to go full blown 5 days a week, 2 hours a day. I have no idea. I'm not going to pretend. Maybe there's some after you do the full week long sessions. Wherever he's doing it, maybe you have to do 2 days a week or 3 days a week, and then you get reevaluated. I have no idea. Sounds like he's going home at night, which is fantastic. Like I said, he sounded calm. He sounds good. I'm gonna be willing to bet that the show tomorrow is the most highly downloaded show that they've had since they've
Yeah.
been.
I bet you he goes off about Mike's text message to him, the second one.
Yeah.
I think that's what, when we got, he laughs, he cries. I think that's the laugh part.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I mean, get well soon. What was the original text?
I think it was like hope you're well.
Hope all is well. Hope all is well.
Yeah, hope
there
all
we
is
go.
well. Thank you, Mike.
That's what you say to your boss.
I'm gonna go kill myself. I hope all is well. Fantastic. That's
good.
That's some in-depth thinking by
fine.
Mike Gary. So now, what do you all right? So the only questions that I do have left, when he comes back, do you think that there are going to be any changes when he does come back? Because keep in mind, it's just like the old adage that said, when your father's away, everything's going to go to hell. What do they say? When the cat's away, the mice will play.
Yeah.
But do you think that since he's been gone, it does seem like there's been a lot more activity going on around us? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, just had
Okay.
quick prep. Sorry about it.
Okay. Do you think that since he's been gone, that people have taken a little bit more liberty in doing things that they probably wouldn't have if he was around?
I think there's a little bit less direction. I mean, all it takes is one sentence from Kirk and things will seize.
Yeah.
But as far as like the show changing, no, I don't think anything's going to change that much. I mean, so far he knows what's successful podcasting wise, and the way it was is success. So I think it should stay the same. If there's any tweaks, that's up to him. He's the content provider, and be up to him. Wants to axe the show, up to him. Go ahead.
Now that there has been a couple things that have been added. So I do personally, I like Mike's. Now he's always looking for stuff to do. He is kind of limited as far as he can't just not just the site, but that does limit him as far as saying he can't just go drive out to, say he wanted to go to City Hall and protest somewhere. He's going to find a ride and all that stuff. But I do like that call-in show where people ask questions. I did like that a lot.
Yeah, I think that was a good show. I think you should do that more often. Maybe not release phone numbers, but people call in, give them a hard time. I like it. I think the basis of that show is pretty good.
And what about S.E. Robinson? Did you like that? I listened to that whole thing mainly because the whole time that was on, I was texting Tim from Canton trying to get a rise out of him, trying to get him to respond, and he fell right for it. So, but I do like that. I'm not a big political guy. I don't know about yourself, but I do like that. I did like that. It was for about an hour. I fucking loved it.
I think Kirk said it best once. Republicans love to listen to Republicans talk because they all agree. And I mean, some of that is, the agreements of, Tim and D.E.C. is because it's common sense. But Steve is excellent when it comes to political talk, just because of his time with Howie. So it's hard to, if you have somebody on that wants to go against, like if you put, say Alex Reamer into the same room with Steve Robinson and they went head to head politically, it'd be a bloodbath. Oh, Steve Robinson would destroy Alex Reamer. Alex would be talking about, aliens at the end of it, coming up from the center of the earth or something. I think, that's how I see it.
The thing that's amazing to me is if you remember when Kirk left EEI, there were so many of us that clamored that we need either Ken or we need Chris. And we were going at it back and forth. I mean, we were just going crazy. And when you look at it, I mean, Steve is so much better than anyone that he has ever had.
Yeah, Steve's really good at his job. And again, like Kirk says, he gets compensated for that, but still, he has, a tremendous burden on his shoulders to do a lot of, even some of that sales stuff, producing wise. He has a lot. He has a lot on his platter.
Think about it. The guy is a travel agent. He's an event coordinator. He's a producer. He's the Barstool liaison. Yeah, he's the sleuth. He's a Barstool. He's the one that mediates between that. He's a good salesman. They've had a lot more local reads, which I tend to believe means that he's been reaching out to a lot more local companies. The guy is just fantastic. I could never say enough. Plus, the other thing is he's also available to the listeners. He's always in the Discord, and he's always talking to the Minifans. I mean, the guy is just fantastic. I love him.
I think that's the best part of the Kirk show is that Mike's interactive with all the fans, Steve's interactive with all the fans, and most importantly, Kirk's interactive with most of the fans. Just given, the Foxwoods trip, the hot dog contest, the Abbey, Madawaska. I mean, he's made himself available 4 times in the last, 6 months?
Yeah. Do you think that any of that is going to cut back once he comes back to the show? Do you think that maybe he spread himself so thin that maybe he's going to have to cut back on some of that stuff?
I don't think so. I think that's the stuff that got him to where he's at. I think it's successful. And if he can, like Madawaska, show up there, spend a night up there, entertain the fans like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, it's great. It expands the show. It makes it bigger. It makes get to a larger audience. So, I mean, I don't know about you, but Stacy Pelletier up in what was it, Poulin's supermarket up there? Yeah, she never. I guarantee you, she listens now.
Yeah, do you think she's still waiting by the phone? Do you think she's still waiting for that phone?
I don't know. I don't think her husband was too happy with anybody. I mean, short of slapping her on the ass of stuff. I mean, her husband looked like he wanted to punch every one of us square in the face.
With her the 17-year-old daughter and the 12-year-old kid, the rape song didn't go over too well with her.
I was sitting next to an older lady. I think her name was Debbie. And she's like, "Oh, who's this guy?" Going off and off. And the fucking rape song came on. And I was like, "Oh God, this woman's in for it." Just thinking about it. And I love it. But for her, I was kind of embarrassed by it. And it's hilarious to see, like, trying to explain to her what it is. Yeah. Trying to explain to anybody what it is. I had a friend of mine tonight. He's like, "Oh, what are you doing? You want to come over for a pit fire?" I'm like, "No, I got a show to do, and I got to feed the kid and bathe him and all that stuff." So he's like, "What show? What do you mean?" And it's kind of hard to stop right there. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but anyway.
Now the last thing I wanted to get to, our very own Diego Minahan is out in Peoria, Iowa.
Yes, Iowa.
With Will.
Oh boy.
Now I got to be honest. I don't know what they're doing out there. They're on a scouting mission for the next Madawaska. Is that?
Yeah, they're all. Yeah, they went to S.E. Robinson Park. There's a national park out there, I think, I think you're right. Park. And I saw him take a picture of the S.E. Robinson Woods or S.E. Robinson Park or whatever. I seen him, posing with another female. Well,
I seen that.
Her name was J-Mo, as far as I know. And I posed the question to him. Who would you rather, J-Mo or the waitress from Madawaska, and not the one Cullinane likes?
Oh, the Madawaska 10. The Madawaska 10.
No. The other one. Okay. Yeah, the other one that was. She was kind of giving Will the eyes. He remembers. He knows.
Really?
Yeah. I couldn't believe it. Me and Lauren noticed. Lauren was the first one to notice. So.
Oh, now this is Will that's out there taking pictures with
Will. Yeah, he's double fisting Hennessy's and smoking a butt with a dip in.
From what I could see,
she must have saw that as like, wow.
It's a turn on out there, I would assume. But from what I could see, it looks like that they went out for a plane ride. They rented a car to go drink at different bars. Is that fair?
Yeah. They're feeling it out. Peoria, Iowa. They stayed at a golf course. I think it looks like a condo on the golf course.
Okay.
They spoon together at the night. They look like that painting behind you.
I seen that. And Will is just as nasty and disgusting sleeping as he is when he's awake.
Listen,
that's the first.
Well, I'm going to stare right at the camera for 1 minute. 1 minute. Latino Kirk. Next time, pull the trigger on the air horn. Don't wait.
What was that cock tease?
Wait. Pull it.
So, I'm sitting there watching
and
something
pull it.
for
Put
2
it
minutes.
square into his earlobe next time.
Fuck?
I mean, come on.
Such a
do something.
tease.
Like, slap him. Be like,
unbelievable. But all right. So I think we got everything covered that we wanted. Do you have anything else that you wanted to bring up?
Fun bags. 3, 2, see him. There it is. There it is. There fun go. Bags.
That's
unbelievable.
That's our competition.
What are we gonna do? Like our show can't even survive against a show like that.
No, we're fucked. No one wants to see your tits whatsoever.
Oh, hang on a second. Just kidding, man. No, don't whip it out either.
Don't do it. Don't do it. That thing's a hog. You know. So what we'll do
Oh,
is
it's like a tuna can.
hopefully we're able to tape a little earlier with this week coming up and maybe get a reaction to what Kirk says. I got a feeling that this week is going to be crazy. We'll have a lot to talk about next week.
Yep.
And with that being said,
Again,
I mean,
I got a a wanted poster behind me here. Someone's wanted for sexual aggression towards stuffed animals. If you see him anywhere within the Discord, please report it to your local authorities.
while I don't think while Kevin and D.E.C are my I think they are the most valuable Minifans. That man behind you, Rich Mandarin, is my favorite Minifan without a doubt. He's the best.
It makes two of us to say that. He is the I don't know how to describe him. Really, truly
Creepy.
Well, it's creepy, but it's like a fluffy, lovable creep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. I mean, maybe Chris Hansen, maybe in the near future, but
Maybe.
we'll save him for D.E.C. There he is.
There he
Why don't you have a seat at the bar, sir?
And with that, hopefully we'll able to see you guys next week. Take
All
care.
right. Hopefully. Take care.
All right.
Don't let
Bye-bye.
your cream roll.